And then my guy's just gonna go around stabbing people. And between my two mages, I'm gonna have enough crowd control, basically. And healing, because I'm gonna make Morrigan a healer too. She's just not gonna have group heal. I'll get her regeneration and healing though, so she can heal people. I think I'm done talking with Morrigan for now. Let's talk to, say, Wynne. I love talking to Wynne personally. She's my most favorite person to talk to.
Is there something you need? I will answer to the best of my ability. People don't become mages. They are born mages. The talent just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the Circle. I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then. I set a boy on fire.
Wow.
It's a long story. I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day, he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
Ah, she's so crazy.
He ran screaming, dripping head and all, to his mother. I was shut up in the barn, with a bowl of water and a crust of hard bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later. One of them ignored me, but the other was kind to me. He gave me sweets, and even sat me on his shoulders once, when I wanted to look over a high wall that ran along the road. I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home.
How lovely. It's kind of funny to think. I don't know, she's just funny because she's like this willful girl who sets people's hairs on fire. Now she's this old lady who's like practically the senior enchanter. Jesus.
Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the Circle. I would be lying if I said it was easy. First, there were rules, and we were constantly watched to make sure we behaved appropriately. Then there was the study of magic. We had to cast the spells just so, control the effects completely. A single word spoken incorrectly, a gesture out of sync, and lack of focus. And we needed to have perfect focus, or we would be in danger. From Fade spirits. If we were careless, they would enter our minds, and we would become abominations. Without the Circle and my mentors, I would not have been where I am today. And there was joy in life at the Circle. The joys of fellowship, in knowing that you were not alone in your struggles. In spite of everything, I was happy in the tower, and I loved it.
Win approves +1. Not very much. Let's see if she has anything else to tell me.
Is there something you need? I will answer to the best of my ability.
Ah. I need to give her gifts, but I don't know what gifts she likes. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to look that up. Because, see, now I'm stuck at a dialogue in her where her approval is not high enough for me to unlock other dialogue options. But, also... yeah. So maybe I'm not going to have Sten and I'll have Morrigan instead. Can even use Ageless, but see, Ageless and Usaris both do a shit ton of damage. The only reason this one's not better than this one is that this one has all those abilities that like don't work. If it would actually weaken Darkspawn and shit, it'd be good. But this one's way better for fighting. Oh, that's for dragons. I thought that's a 10 damage to Darkspawn. Oh yeah, that's really good for dragons then. But yeah, this one's better at killing Darkspawn. 4 damage adds up pretty quickly, because I believe it also applies to your abilities and not just your basic attacks. Did I sell my stuff? Yeah, I sold some of it. Let's talk to Alistair.
Something on your mind?
I have some questions.
Of course.
Can you teach others to be a Templar?
Others, yes, but not yourself. I need someone who's trained first as a warrior. It's as much about discipline as anything. I guess if I'm going to give up Chantry secrets, I may as well go all the way. Send whoever you want trained to me in camp, and I'll see what I can do.
Huh. Yeah, and that's how you would unlock the specialization. See, but I already have it, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, everybody's eyes look so creepy from the fire. They all look all black and it's like creepy.
Something on your mind? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden? You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, "You'll see." Oh, it's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret, it's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving. I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears. More like an initiation. They all went through it too. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. Duncan said it was part of how we sense the Darkspawn. We tap into their, well, I don't know what you'd call it, their group mind. And when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard. It's supposed to be worse for those who join during a blight. How is it for you? Some people never have much trouble, but that's rare. Others have trouble sleeping their entire life. They're just more sensitive, I suppose. Everyone ends up the same, though. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's how a Grey Warden knows his time has come. Oh, that's right. We never had time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, you don't need to worry about dying from old age. You've got 30 years to live, give or take. The Taint, it's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition.
If you guys remember when Dragon Age was first coming out, there's this awesome trailer of this one warden doing the same thing. He just walks up against all these Darkspawn on the deep roads and like starts wasting them. Pretty awesome.
And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. There you have it. You know, Duncan, he started having nightmares again. He told me that in private. He said it wouldn't be long before he'd go to Orzammar himself. I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something worthy of him. I know. Ending the Blight should make this all worthwhile, right?
Alistair approves +4. How much does Alistair heart me now? Oh, I thought that said 54. I was like, holy shit. 34, 24. Yeah, they all like me a little. The little animation freaked out. Yeah, let's go look at this quick. Let's look at this. My eyes on half the party damage. 4 injuries. 2 of them were from that last part where there's a trap that would kill me in 1 hit. Slain a Revenant's the most powerful one slain. Canary Mercenary, Carter Jailer, Carter Assassin. Wow, you guys suck. Arcane Horror Bandit. Poor Lag Alpha. Hasn't slain anybody. Yeah. 95. Do I have that much right now? Oh, wow. I could go buy... I'm gonna buy Life Giver soon, I think, then. Let's talk to Alistair some more.
Something on your mind? Of course.
I
I didn't know them for very long. but I guess it was longer than you. You never met them all, did you? They were quite a group. Actually, they felt like an extended family, since we were all cut off from our former lives. We also laughed more than you think. There was this one time... Well, you probably don't want to hear stories about men you didn't know. There was one Grey Warden who came all the way from the Anderfels. What was his name? Gregor... He was a burly man with the biggest, fuzziest beard you've ever seen. And the man could drink. He drank all the time, but he never got drunk. Finally, we all made a pool to see just how many pints it would take to put him under the table. Sometimes. We were kin of a sort. All of us had gone through the joining, so we knew... Anyhow, it doesn't have to be deadly serious all the time. Anyhow, we never did find out. He said he'd drink a pint for every half pint that the rest of us drank. He was still going by the time the rest of us were passed out. I'm told that Duncan walked in later on and saw us all passed out from one end of the hall to the other, and Gregor still drinking. Duncan laughed until he nearly... God
dang it. Wow, Alistair, way to kill the mood. Jeez.
Yes, I suppose so. I thought I was done with this, but it just struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by. Nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could take with me. That must sound really stupid to you. I just would have liked something of his to take with me, that's all. Well, there's no use in moaning about it, is there? He's gone. Let's just go.
But yeah, return to Ostagar, Bertras. We'll go back and we'll get some of Duncan's stuff. I'll tell you that much. Alistair! Let's talk to him one more time and then I think I'll go on.
I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your thoughts about some of our traveling companions. Do you mind if I ask? Zevran, the elf. You can't trust him, can you? Do you believe his so-called vow? That's a lot to put on a maybe, isn't it? He's an assassin. The crows aren't known for giving up. Maybe he's just biding his time.
That reminds me, when I went to Denerim, I got a quest about the crows that I'll do later.
Well, if you are, then maybe I should too. But that doesn't mean I won't keep an eye on him. He's just too shifty.
Shifty.
What about Sten? The way he looks at me with those eyes. Creepy. And he's so quiet for someone so big. Yet he doesn't seem quite so bad as the Chantry tells us. According to them, his philosophy is vile and evil. Yet he seems so reasonable. And yet, he killed all those people. He doesn't even deny it. Doesn't that bother you? I'm not so sure that his regret means the same as it would for us. The Qunari sense of honor is... it's a bit hard to grasp. For me, anyway. What about Liliana? Is she crazy? Or do you really believe in her vision? Even the Chantry believe that most claims of visions and such are usually people's minds playing tricks on them. Wishful thinking at best. I'm not sure what I think. That's one way to put it. I don't know what to make of her. If you look at her when she doesn't see you, she just looks so sad.